I'm Rachel Pollard here with Meat Advisors and the next big game changer. I'm here with Dan Parsons and Elipas from DryV. So, guys, can you tell me a little bit about yourselves?
Sure. So I'm from Chicago, born and raised. I went to school in Indianapolis at Butler. And then out of school, I went to go work in private wealth management. Actually came up with the idea while I was working in private wealth management. Local cleaners lost a pair of my pants. It's a little bit frustrating. And this is in 2010, so even way before DryV, came into existence. Yeah. But it was the problem, like the pain point. And then through a little research, I found out that the majority of cleaning is done off-site. Okay. And so it was like an inefficiency, it felt like. Yeah. Like, why am I walking down the street for a guy to hold it for a day or two or three and then get someone to pick it up and then drop it back off? So I had the idea, and I met my partner, Dan Parsons, through a mutual friend.
Okay.
Yeah, I Cincinnati native, went to University of Cincinnati, spent some time in enterprise application infrastructure services with Hewlett-Packard, moved to Chicago to build a digital agency, Aura Interactive. We specialize in building mobile apps, hence the kind of connection here.
Yeah.
So we got introduced through, mutual high school friends. His buddy knew my buddy.
Okay.
Over a couple beers and, a couple weeks of just jamming on the idea, we decided to really get our hands dirty and start building.
And I recognized the pain point, but I didn't know what shape it would take. So I talked to another friend who had no interest in starting a dry cleaning logistics company. But through our mutual friends, like, Dan's the guy. Dan's done this before. He can just tell it to you straight. Like, this is what it's going to take to put it together. And from there, I was like, I really need a partner. I need someone who knows how to do this. And it's been great. It's been very, very symbiotic. We divide the labor up very equally. We have different skill sets, high level of communication between the two of us, and it makes for a good team. And especially when we're getting an order or two a day, having someone to stay positive. It's like, all right, man, it's good. It's gonna keep rolling. So,
right, exactly.
Yeah, it was a big plus. The whole the solo entrepreneur. I don't know if that's as commonplace as people like to believe.
Right, exactly. Yeah, the teamwork is definitely necessary.
Definitely.
Awesome. That's exciting. So when did you guys start?
So we started working on it. We had met in 2012 and jammed on the idea, and then we really got to work first quarter of 2013.
Okay.
Started, Dan's like, this is how the tech side is going to work. This is the feasibility and just from what resources we were putting together, and then we put a beta together.
Yeah, it took about 6 months to do the whole initial build. It's a pretty deep platform just because you got drivers moving around and orders coming in at different times. Mm-hmm. 6 months into the build, we were able to get a beta release out. A couple friends and family, 20, 30 folks just jamming on it.
Okay.
And then
there's a whole other side that we had to figure out, cleaning partners.
Right.
So we were going to just a normal storefront who did their own cleaning, and we're like, can I get 10 cents off?
Yeah.
And then we were just friends and family and show up to their door and say, hey, we're here to pick up your cleaning.
All right.
Yeah.
So then through the beta period, we made some tweaks. We realized going to the corner guys wasn't the best model. So we found a wholesaler partner, which allowed us to really, hammer down the business model and get things operational.
Okay. And
then we launched in December of 2013.
Very nice. Wow. So soon.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit more about DryV.
Sure.
So, really end to end, it's a dry cleaning and laundry delivery service. Mm-hmm. So we leverage technology to be very flexible and mobile. And that's kind of that's our specialty. Mm-hmm. We're kind of everyone's corner cleaner, except we're, available 12 to 14 hours, 7 days a week.
Awesome.
So that allows us to really, it's a headache and it's a commodity. Everyone has to deal with it.
Right.
But you can just download the app, register, put your credit card on file like an Uber, and then really just anytime throughout the day when it's convenient for you, you can schedule pickup. One of our educated drivers will be there promptly within the time slot that you've selected. They'll get all your clothes, help explain any questions that you might have about type of cleaning or if we can do repairs or fix buttons, which we can. And then everything's next day turnaround. Send you a text message when it's ready. You get an email receipt. Then request delivery when it's convenient, and we're there.
So you guys really took all the hassle out of
Yeah.
And I think a big point too is it's still cleaning, so there are still things that happen. We'll say this shirt needs to be re-cleaned, or the driver's in traffic and he's going to be late.
Right.
And we have all the communication tools in place to say, like, the driver can physically reach out to you and say, I'm going to be late, or I'm a little bit early, or I can wait for you. And then on the same side, when we deal with our cleaning partners, like I said, a shirt that needs to be redone, we reach out way ahead of time and say, like, this item needs extra work.
Right.
We can send you most of your order now, or we can send it all later. So we're still experiencing the same hassles and still like pain points on our end, but we're taking it off your end. So you don't show up at the cleaner and they're like, it's not done yet. It's like,
exactly.
You know when you're going to get it.
If you've ever had an issue at the corner store, it's like really difficult to understand like what's protocol for resolution or how did this happen, and there's just really no accountability.
Right.
Pricing.
Yeah, and pricing. So we we're similar prices because we get that whole increased level of customer service and just like quality control. So that's really what we're trying to bring, is trying to roll up the poor fragmented market right now and kind of consolidate it and increase quality.
Definitely. That's awesome. So can you guys tell me about any challenges you've seen or had?
Yeah. How much time you got?
The biggest challenge for us was, we were starting out, like I mentioned, we're getting like an order a day.
Yeah.
So how do you find a driver, how do you pay them, for an order a day? Or how do you manage it? How do you know when that order is going to come in? So at the beginning, we just, grunted it out, did the driving ourselves. And then from there, as we hit like a certain level of volume, we're like, all right, we know we're going to, and consistent volume. Yeah. We can pay for someone, X amount of hours a week, and then slowly back off our time on that end or expand our service time.
Okay.
And then we get to a point where, one driver's tapped out. We expand our service area, maybe add another one, and just constantly managing we call it like driver utilization. Yeah. Because we don't want to have someone sitting on the clock, not producing. Right. Similar to like your local cleaner, midday, there's a woman or a man sitting behind the counter, and everyone's at work. No one's strolling in. Yeah. So we found, there are certain times a day that are very busy, and you can assume, you know what time those are. That's when you go to the cleaners. Right. And just managing that whole process, and then the turnaround, I think, the delivery back to the consumer is a cumbersome task, but we're getting really good at that too.
Awesome. And so is it true that you guys deliver to anywhere, like your business?
Oh, yeah. You can place an order here and then have a delivery to your home, as long as everything's inside our service area.
Okay. Awesome.
And we'll even go outside of our service area. Let's say you're at the office in the Loop and you're a little bit outside or a lot outside. We'll shoot us an email and we'll make it happen. So we're ever expanding, and it's never going to be a complete product.
Yeah. A lot of it comes down to just, and what we're learning too is there's no like specific behavior around how and when people do their laundry. Okay. So it's, we have the guys that are power users that will use us every single week. It's pretty consistent. Yeah. But then we'll also have a guy, same profile, maybe
same spend.
Yeah, same spend, same income level, same type of job, rocks the same clothes, but he's waiting 6 to 8 weeks and he's doing like one big crazy, we've done 170 pounds of laundry before.
Oh my God.
For one order.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's like people's habits are just like all over the place.
Right, exactly.
So we're trying to use technology and tools and use some of the more modern things that some of the, the storefronts aren't using to help us understand the data to tighten up our service.
Very interesting.
So yeah, it's kind of a learning game at this point, but
getting to learn the different profiles.
Yeah. And we've been growing the whole time too, so it's hard to, differentiate between growth or habit. So like, Friday's just a slower day because people go out on Fridays, but as we grow, Friday will be our biggest day ever. But that's our biggest day ever for the going forward. It's a smaller day, so trying to figure that out. It's just a constant pull and push process.
Okay, very interesting. So so what makes you guys the next game changer?
What's it? This is something that people have been doing for a very long time, over 100 years of dry cleaning, and then even before then, people had, they call them laundresses, people that do your clothes. So I don't think you're ever going to have self-cleaning clothes. So we're trying to provide a service,
soon, at least.
Yeah, anytime soon. So we're not worried about that yet. But you'll see it now though, like non-iron shirts, non-dry clean shirts, people can just throw in the wash. And, that works good and fine. But you're always going to have a suit. You're always going to have a silk blouse. You're always going to have items that need to be cleaned by professionals. And there's also, even if you can do your own laundry, it's a hassle. So like our end goal is, to be your one-stop shop for all your cleaning. So you don't even think about owning a washer dryer. Make it that affordable and that. That's the goal. So we're going towards that.
And we're not the first guys to try this. So people have tried this, in the early 2000s or even like in the 90s, tried this level of service. But we're hitting it right at the sweet spot where technology is getting to a place where we can finally make it affordable. And people as consumers are finally now getting comfortable enough with using their phones and using their computers and having strangers show up at their door to provide different types of services.
Definitely.
So we've kind of we've hit that sweet spot.
It's a pain point.
Yeah, it's a pain point, and consumers are ready for it.
Yeah.
And the technology's there. We can actually find synergies and find a business behind it.
Okay.
So yeah, doing that is going to help us kind of change this archaic kind of industry that really hasn't been touched or innovated on.
Definitely. So are you guys only a mobile app, or do you also have a web?
Yeah, so we have a native iPhone, a native Android, and we also have a web platform.
All right. Awesome.
So if you have any modern smartphone, you can access this, or a computer. You can take advantage of the service.
I'll definitely be trying it out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it's DryV.com, or search DryV in the App Store or Google Play.
Great.
Yeah.
And you guys can visit us at meatadvisors.com for more videos. Thank you.
Thanks.